Earth is filled with ruins of empires that believe that they were eternal. I can say the same about Roblox. Countless games come and go, each year with a new trend and idea, yet only a few games last for eternity. Just like empires, a lot of Roblox games refuse to die. I know, that's the title of the video. Now, you might be asking yourself, what am I talking about? I'm talking about games that have built a long legacy on Roblox and haven't died yet. Games that I can consider a classic on Roblox, or if not, eternal. I can name a few games for example. Tower Defense Simulator was created around 2019 and still has an active player base of around 20k players. Beast Swarm Simulator was created around 2018 and still has around 150k active players playing it. You can probably make a retrospect video on the history of each of these games. Yet I feel like there's one game that stands out the most. The game that I'm talking about has a long span of history, to the point where I went on playing it as a young 14-year-old. And yes, I've been playing Roblox for 16 years. And yes, I'm a grown adult, so I'm now 24, I have a job. But that's not the point. Throughout the history of Roblox, which is long, Roblox has been alive since 2006, making it 20 years old. I've been playing since 2010. I've seen countless games that were at the height of their popularity, and many of them are now defunct, if not forgotten in the history books. What's more interesting are the games that aren't forgotten, and it's still remembered to this day. The ones that aren't dead, even though it's been years. Games that have been created a long time ago and are somehow still alive. This game doesn't need an introduction. If you have played Roblox in the past, then you know what this game is. If you haven't, then you should check it out. If not, I can easily explain what the game is. It's in its title, Natural Disaster Survivor. You're on an island trying to survive different disaster. It couldn't get any simpler than that. The game was created around 2008 by the legendary Roblox player Sickmaster Luke, who's also the creator of the Underground World and Cube. The reason why I want to talk about this game is, why is it still alive? No, seriously, how is this game still alive in Roblox? It was created in 2008 and it's now 18 years old. The game is old enough to be considered an adult. Hell, the game is so old, he used footage of me in 2015 when I was 14 years old. I was playing as a Doge at the time. Like, talk about a drawback, I was a Doge back then. And also, look at all the guests. This is when guests used to exist. And, oh god, I can't spell Volcano for the life of me. Anyways, you get the point. The fact that this game is 18 years old and still has a pretty decent player count, like, what? How is that possible? Most games that I know from the 2008 to 2010 eras are dead. Hole in the Wall, for example, was created around the same time. It only has around 700 active players. Make a Cake and Feed the Giant Noob was created at the same time. And now it only has an average of about 20 active players. Yet Natural Disaster Survival averaged around 20k players every single day. What does this game offer that makes people want to come back to it? Is it because the simplicity of the gameplay? Is it the easy to understand premise of the game? Is it the wide selections of map you can play in it? Is it because players make funny TikTok videos about the game? What is it that makes this game click and no other game? Now, here's the thing. There are two sides of this story. Now, if you're an OG Roblox player like I am, you remember that Natural Disaster Survivor wasn't the only popular disaster game at the time. There was
3, 2, 1, go!
Now, if you new to Roblox, you probably don't realize that there was 3 popular survivor games at the time. I went on playing Survive the Disaster first. I went on camping around the top of the house. I went on playing Survive the End of Roblox and driving away to get to the helicopter. All these games share the same experience and premise as a natural disaster survival game. It's the same concept but in a different package. Now, you can easily say the reason why no one plays it is because the game is simply outdated. It has either old UI or the game is simply too old and has been forgotten about. And those reasons are perfectly fine. But for me, it doesn't explain Survive the Disaster. Now, if you do know about this game, then you probably know that there is a sequel called Survive the Disaster 2. It was created around October 1st, 2014, and Survive the Disaster 2 is basically a revamped and modernized version of the first game. It has new UI, new mechanics, new disasters, new maps, and everything to make an old game feel alive again. Yet, right now, the game only pulls around 30 active players at best. And this is a good game. Even playing it again right now in 2026, it's pretty good. I enjoyed it more than, who knows, Plant vs. Brain Rot. And yet, this one has been forgotten due to time. No one plays this game, yet Natural Disaster Survivor remains the same. It has been the same game since 2008. You're on an island surviving a disaster. Nothing has changed since 2008. Maybe a couple of UI rework, or new maps gets added, or a new disaster gets added in the game, but it still doesn't explain why it's still alive. I thought people would get tired of playing the same game over and over. That's why Survive the Disaster and Survive the End of Roblox has no one playing them. The concept can get outdated, and you can't say, oh, those were old games and they just need to get updated, like Natural Disaster. Survive the Disaster 2 was an updated modernized version of the game, and yet it's barely alive. Natural Disaster Survival for me is an anomaly. It's a game that shouldn't exist in the current climate of Roblox. Well, developers are encouraged to make games about current trends and memes, or copy from other games that are successful, a climate in which originality won't get you anywhere with players. The only games that are successful in Roblox are games that are so easy and brain dead that you can play them without thinking. Natural Disaster Survivor is none of that. It's an old Roblox game that has been sending the same concept since 2008, surviving a natural disaster. And maybe that's one of the 3 key reasons why it's still alive. One, because it's last of its kind. Back when the original simple idea brought you to the front page. And if you're lucky, people continue playing the same game over and over. Not because it's trendy or has brain rot. It's because there's no other game like it anymore. No, seriously, think about it. What other disaster game is out there on Roblox? Don't worry, I will get to you. 2. The simplicity of the game. You can give this game to anyone and people will immediately know what to do. It's in the title of the game. You just need to survive. There's no learning curve or paying mechanic you have to understand. There's no complicated lore or skill you have to learn. It's an easy game to pick up and just play. 3. The core of the game has not been changed. There's no major revamp or rework of the concept. It has been the same game for 18 years. And that feeling of familiarity is what keeps people coming back. You can stop playing the game for years and you can come back to it knowing that nothing has changed. That there's a sense of comfort in knowing that a game that you liked is still the same game that you played since 2015. Now, I do want to address an elephant in the room. There's a game out there that is replicating what Natural Disaster Survivor does, and that game is called Something Evil Will Happen. Now, here's the thing about this game. I played it, it's not that bad. I enjoyed what it's doing. I can see that the game is going in a positive direction. It's retro slop. I know that there is a trend of these games right now that harkens back to the good old days, but still, it's a decent game. But is it popular? No, not in a wide margin. Yeah, it has 20k players, but you know what game has more than that? Basically any front page brain rot game. The sad part is, I have a feeling that this game will be slowly forgotten over time, just like Decaying Winter. I will talk more about this game in another video. Give me $100 and I bet you Natural Disaster Survivor is going to be known as the only disaster survivor game on Roblox. Even though back then there was countless other games that were emulating the same concept, yet this one refused to die. Not because of semblance of revamped gameplay. No, it's because this is the last of its kind. People will remember this game and will continue playing it forever. It refused to die because it's a warm reminder of what Roblox used to be. Fun. Now, I do want to touch on honorable mentions of other games, just like Survive the Natural Disaster. Very old Roblox games that are still alive even though it's been years. For example, Epic Minigames. It's been alive for a couple years now. It's an old game, I think it was created around 2015. And yet, it's still alive. And I kind of consider it to be the last of its kind. Like, seriously, if you ask me to name a minigame on Roblox, most likely, I'm just going to say Epic Minigames. And I think people's gonna say the same thing too. There's no other mini games out there on Roblox except for Epic Minigames. And I can say the same for Murder Mystery too. Now, I have a love and hate relationship with this game. So if you don't know, watch the previous video on why. But ignoring the botting issues and the black market trading on the lives, the game is still alive even though it's been years. Like, name a game that is similar to what this game does. And you may say Blood Debt and any other like Blood Debt clone, but that game is dying out. And Murder Mystery 2 still has a healthy player base. Now, if you want to also talk about a game that has like a very healthy active player base, Bee Swim Simulator. And I feel like Bee Swim Simulator for me, it's like one of the last of its kind. Coming from the era of 2018 when simulator games used to be very popular, I feel like Bee Swim Simulator is the last true simulator game. Like, there's no other game out there that's doing what it's doing. And you know, I used to hate that genre because it was flooded with like microtransactions and like loot boxes. But Bee Swim Simulator, I can say without a doubt that this game, it's the last of its kind, the last quote-unquote simulator game. And hell, if it's the last one, I'm glad that it's this game. Talking about like old games that are still alive, this game is around the same age as Natural Disaster Survival. This game is really old too. It's Work Out a Pizza Place, and it surprisingly still has an active player base of people who still plays Work Out a Pizza Place, even though it's been years. And this game is a drawback. And if you haven't played this game, you should. It's like a friendly reminder of what Roblox used to be. It used to be about doing silly things with your friends and working at a pizza place. Even though it's 18 years old, the fact of the matter is that people are still playing this game. That fact alone kind of brings a smile to my face. And you know, I'm glad that Natural Disaster Survival is still alive. It holds a special place in my heart. It's like a friendly reminder of what Roblox games used to be. It used to be fun. It used to be about games to do with your friends and, you know, waste time with them. You know, it's nothing like how most games are made nowadays. So I feel like most games are made with, you know, profit in mind. You know, is it gonna be trendy? Is it gonna get players to keep on playing it actively? You know, what can we do to make players stay? You know, it's not about, you know, a individual who was young, you know, Stickmaster Luke, who decided like, oh, you know, I'm gonna make a game for fun. I'm gonna make a game that's fun and silly and dumb, and then it's gonna be about surviving disasters, and that's it. And you know, it's good, sad. We went to powering imagination and, you know, doing silly things like nuke a whale, for example, to like, oh, you know, what game makes a profit? Oh, you know, this companies are now owning 20% and 50% of share of games. You know, the only big games that can make it out in the front page are games that are developed underneath for like a big developing studios, and it's kind of sad. Most games nowadays just kind of more profit driven, and you know, it's just like I kind of miss the old days where we can just had games that were just dumb and silly. You know, like feed a giant new cake, you know. But that's just how most things is, you know. Just Roblox is slowly dying out of imagination. So yeah, I'm quite happy that Natural Disaster Survival refuses to die. Thank y'all for watching an old timer talk about Roblox games. I know I haven't been uploading as much, but I'm trying my best to make a good upload schedule. Like I said earlier, I do have a job, so that's mostly taking up my time. If you like my content, please subscribe, leave a like, and comment. Anything that can help push this video through the algorithm. After all, I'm a small channel, I only have like 100 subscribers. And also, if you want to support me financially, I've started a Patreon. It's only $5 to support me. If you want your name to be shouted out, it's like 15. The first 100 people who become a patron will be in the description forever as the founders of this channel, considering that I only have like 100 subscribers. So, you know, I might make a free Patreon tier if you guys want to sign up to that, I guess. But that's about all. I hope you guys have a good day. Mr.Thoughtless signing out.